If you are wondering how big banks like Bank of America calculates your mortgage payment, then this video is for you. So a couple of days ago, I was using Bank of America's mortgage calculator to find out my mortgage payment, and then I thought, why not use my finance knowledge to recalculate the payment to check to see and verify whether or not this payment is really calculated according to the finance principles that I have studied back in 2012 when I was doing my certification. So if you don't know how to calculate your mortgage payment, or you want to find out whether or not the mortgage payment that your bank has sent you is really correct and you want to verify it, then this video will be very useful for you. So let's get started, and first of all we are going to calculate the mortgage payment using the Bank of America's mortgage calculator, and then we will use our finance formulas to verify whether or not this payment is correct or not. So I am on the Bank of America's mortgage calculator page, and let's start calculating our mortgage payment using this calculator. In the purchase price, I am entering 300,000 and I am choosing the 20% down payment here, and I am keeping the mortgage term fixed for 30 years as it is. And then in the property zip code, I'm gonna click here to look up the zip code, and in the states I'm going to choose Florida, and in the city I'm going to type in Miami, and then click find zip codes, and let's choose anyone. I'm choosing this first zip code, click update rates, and then click calculate your monthly mortgage payment, and here are the results. So let's click here on see more details, and we can see here that the interest rate is 6.375% and our total mortgage payment is $1,855.29, which included the property taxes and insurance. We do not have the PMI because our down payment is 20%, and basically our mortgage installment is $1,497.29. Now that we have this data available, let's take a screenshot of this data and let's open up a new Excel sheet and start calculating the payment to verify this. So I have taken a screenshot of the results that Bank of America's mortgage calculator has given us. Now before calculating the mortgage payment, we need to adjust a couple of things here. First of all, we want to adjust the loan terms into the number of months because we want to calculate the monthly payment here. So first of all, I'm going to write number of payment periods here, and which should be 30 years multiplied by 12. So in total we are going to pay 360 monthly installments. Number two, we also want to adjust the interest rate because our interest rate is annual, so we want to adjust this interest rate to monthly. So I'm gonna write adjusted interest rate, and I will simply divide this interest rate by 12 to calculate my monthly adjusted interest rate. And now we are almost ready to calculate our mortgage payment. Now remember that I'm not going into all the complex details here, such as the property taxes, homeowners insurance, PMI, and the closing costs, because of course these things are a bit complex, and I will post a separate video explaining all these things. So as far as the property taxes are concerned, these are calculated on the assessed value, which can go up or down based on the fair market values. And as far as the insurance is concerned, there are multiple factors that impact insurance as well, such as the market forces of demand and supply, as well as your credit score and some other factors. And if I want to go into the details, I can even challenge this assumption here that the interest rate is fixed, and I will post a next video in which I will explain why this is really deceiving, that this interest rate will stay 6.375% over the period of next 30 years. So for now, let's put down our formula here. So the formula to calculate the mortgage payment is the principal amount multiplied by the interest rate and divided by the 1 minus 1 plus interest rate raised to power minus 360, which is our number of payment periods. Now let's put our values into this equation. So our principal amount here is our loan amount, which is 240,000, and our interest rate will be the adjusted monthly interest rate that we have calculated here, because we are calculating monthly mortgage payments. So let's solve the first part of this equation. 240,000 multiply by the adjusted interest rate. That's it. Now let's calculate the remaining part of this equation, which is right here. So I'm going to type 1 minus 1 plus in the interest rate. I'm again going to choose this adjusted monthly interest rate here, and raised to power minus 360, which is our number of payment periods. Now remember that we are talking about the number of payment periods here and not necessarily the number of years, because we want to calculate the monthly payment. So all other variables should be adjusted according to the frequency of your mortgage payments, whether this is monthly, annually, or quarterly, or biannual, whatever. Let's enter this, and now I am gonna simply divide this 1275 with this to find out our result, which is 1497.29, and this result is exactly the same as the Bank of America's mortgage calculator has given us. And if you want to verify, you can use this technique or this approach to verify that the mortgage payment your bank is giving you is really correct or not. And as far as the other factors are concerned, I will be posting a separate video on that. And if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, because I'll be posting a lot of useful content on this channel. So that's all about this video, and see you in the next video.